This man is a master assassin, a poison expert who's killed countless people without ever missing his mark. Yet when faced with this blushing marriage scammer, he found himself actually considering marrying her. After all, his sister already had a girlfriend, and as the eldest son, he had to carry on the family line. Before all this, Leo had taken on a job to assassinate a mafia boss. The boss was extremely cautious. He kept a poison taster by his side at all times and was surrounded by countless bodyguards. But none of that could stop Leo from taking him out. For 3 straight months, Leo fed the poison taster microdoses of toxins until the taster built up immunity. Only then did he administer a lethal dose. This way, the taster wouldn't react immediately, but the mafia boss would be as good as dead. Right after completing that job, Leo met up with his good friend a scarred insect master who told him with pure joy that he was getting married soon. His fiancée was a lovely girl, and he had transitioned to become a man. This hit Leo with a sudden sense of urgency. If he didn't get married soon, the poison master family line would end with him. Truth be told, if Leo wanted, his clients would gladly supply him with beautiful women anytime, for him to do with as he pleased. But Leo had professional standards. He never did anything unrelated to the mission while on the job. This time, his target was a top-tier marriage scammer. After witnessing her despicable behavior of manipulating people's emotions for money, Leo sentenced her to death. He injected her with poison that would kill her within an hour, making her suffer unbearably in the process. But Emma showed no fear. Instead, she said Leo looked just like her first love and explained that she only scammed people to earn money for her brother's medical treatment. Leo had killed countless people in his life. He wasn't about to fall for this kind of last-ditch plea. Yet as Emma's life rapidly slipped away, she continued pouring out her feelings for him. It didn't seem like an act at all. Leo couldn't help but wonder if she actually did like him. Just then, his sister called to say she was breaking up with her girlfriend. She had decided to take on the responsibility of continuing the family line. Leo adored his sister and couldn't bear to let her sacrifice herself for him. So he made a crazy decision right there in front of a room full of gang members. He offered to spare Emma's life on one condition: she had to marry him.
もちろん。絶対嫌に決まってんじゃん。
Turns out Emma had been acting the whole time, since she was going to die anyway. Instead of begging for mercy, she might as well fight back hard. After all, a hitman like Leo who coerces people into marriage doesn't deserve love. Leo was instantly furious. Even as an assassin, he still yearned for love. Just as the two of them started debating their views on romance, the gang boss finally had enough. He and a whole crew of his men moved in to kill them both. Leo didn't take them seriously at all. He proposed that Emma become his consultant to help him find a marriage partner quickly, and in return, he'd pay for her brother's medical bills. Since there was a chance to live, Emma naturally agreed. But all of this hinged on one thing: Leo had to get them out of there alive. Leo pulled out a syringe and calmly injected himself in the neck with a special drug he developed. It could temporarily stimulate the body's cells, granting superhuman physical abilities. The gang boss didn't know what he was doing, but he feared Leo's poisoning methods, so he immediately ordered everyone to open fire. What they never could have anticipated was that Leo suddenly vanished. Just as they were trying to figure out what happened, they discovered he was on the ceiling. By the time Emma came to her senses, everyone from the assassin company had been taken down. They'd been hit with a neurotoxin. They wouldn't die, but they'd be left with psychological trauma. Afterward, Leo had his sister tell the family that he was also considering marriage. After comforting his sister, he faced a bit of a problem with Emma. The poison still had her immobilized, so he needed to carry her to the car. But he was afraid to touch girls.
それなら気にしなくていいよ。私男だし。
Turns out Emma was actually male. The reason for the female disguise was that his recent target had been a man. Conversely, when scamming women, he'd dress as a man. But because of this, when it came to dating advice, Leo had found the right person. Without wasting time, Emma decided to take Leo to a speed dating event. Since men made up the majority of attendees, he'd attract all the male attention and eliminate Leo's competition. Before they left, he gave Leo a complete makeover. Since it was Leo's first time speed dating, Emma didn't expect him to succeed. But unexpectedly, every single person Leo talked to would flee after just a few words. Scared off by his expressions, he finally learned to manage his facial expressions. But then at the restaurant, he was afraid to eat anything. Poison users basically never eat food provided by others. Even though the situation was clearly safe, he still needed to muster up the courage, and struggling just to eat naturally scared off another prospect. After a whole day of meeting 30 people, he didn't get a single contact. In Emma's view, dating requires putting your charm on full display. Since it was getting late, just as they were about to say goodbye, a car suddenly came speeding toward them and snatched Emma right up. The development was so sudden that by the time Leo reacted, it was too late. The one who kidnapped Emma was none other than the younger brother of the previous mafia boss. He was curious about what method Emma had used to make his brother, who wanted to inherit the family business, suddenly decide to switch careers and open a dry cleaning shop instead. Emma naturally wouldn't explain, and what greeted him was a medicine ball, along with a threat that if he didn't cooperate, they'd ruin his pretty face. At that critical moment, Leo appeared in front of them. The man immediately ordered his driver to ram into Leo, but Leo remained completely calm. At the moment of impact, he suddenly leapt up and poured some of his specially made poison onto the car. In the next second, the car split clean in half, and Leo was running after the car on foot. This scene shocked everyone. Finally, the car crashed through the guardrail. At that critical moment, Leo grabbed Emma and they escaped together. Witnessing this, the man also decided to join his brother in opening that dry cleaning shop. Leo used the momentum to bounce back onto the bridge. Come to think of it, even though they'd known each other this long, they still hadn't exchanged contact information. Realizing this, Emma took the initiative to swap contacts with Leo, gender aside. After this whole day, Leo's effort hadn't been in vain. He'd gotten his first contact.